Oh, hello, and welcome back to Presentation Plus Ups. In today's masterclass, we will focus on the power of morphology and how to overall blend a classy gradient with the power of the morph transition to have gradients that are classy and offer you an Emmy Award-winning performance. Stay tuned for today's Presentation Plus Ups. Oh man, okay, so I am sitting here in my scarf in my studio. Hello everyone, nice to see you. Yeah, we're having a little fun here, getting a little theatrical, but the thing we want to focus on today is a very deceptively simple yet powerful thing, and that is the idea of using a classy, purposeful gradient background with the power of Morph to really give you that theatrical feel. Matter of fact, let me take this to this view and just let you see how the backgrounds can shapeshift and how you just adjust the background plus leverage that power of Morph to give you really next level feel and sophistication to your slides. So that's the idea. What I'd like to do is unpack this for you, show you some do's and don'ts, and get you on your way. So let's get started. All right, so the first thing I want you to see here is just a few of these slides I did for this silly little bit. And if we go ahead and just bring up this first slide, this today's topic, I want you to look at this background. And I have different background gradients set up here. You're going to notice this one we have, I believe it would be a stage right. Purple, more of a periwinkle, and then it shape shifts to the other side if you look at that. Just some nice things we can do. That's an example of a linear gradient. We're going back to a radial gradient. This is a key thing. It's very powerful. Let's talk about it and break it down into the basics. The first thing I'd want you to do is go into your slide master. So what I would have you do if you're going to start this out is hit View, go to Slide Master, and when you are in your Slide Master, this is where I'd want you to adjust your background gradients, okay? So we'll talk about how to do that, but the first thing is don't do this in the working view. You won't get enough leverage. You want to do this in the Slide Master. And the easiest way is not use one of these tiny little layouts. Instead, start up right here at this Slide Master, right click over here anywhere you want, and then go to Format Background. And you can see it's going to show up over here on the right, okay? So we'll look at some of these things. I'd rather do this on a bone stock PowerPoint versus the one that I already have for you, so you can see some do's and don'ts. So I'm going to hit Control N, and we have just opened up a brand new one. You can see we've got Calibri right here. That's like the Ishtar of fonts. I don't know if anybody remembers Ishtar, but there you go. So we're going to do some quick and easy things to make this happen. So first of all, I'm going to go to View. I'm going to go to Slide Master. I'm going to go up to that big Emmy Award-winning slide there at the top. And the things I'm going to first do is I'm going to set the background to something dark, okay? I'm going to set my color theme to my corporate font. There we go. GP Strategies, your workforce transformation partner. That is the full-time company I work with. I'm honored to be with them. And I'm also going to go to colors. I'd like you to set your color themes. If you're not familiar with how to set and customize your color themes, go ahead and check out one of my previous videos. I show you how to do that. But you can see I've got some very unique customized ones for different brands that I work with. I'm going to select GP Strategies, and we're going to do that, okay? So we've done a couple things already. Now what I want you to do is let's get into the gradient concept. Okay, one more quick thing. At that master level, go to Transition, go to Morph, set it to 1.25 and hit Apply to All. All right, that means every one of these stinking slides will have the Morph transition, which is hoo-ah! It's like an Al Pacino, if you will, you know what I mean? Okay, so let's talk turkey here and get this thing going. All right, so we've done some things. We're not bone stock anymore. We've got the transition set. Now all we need to do is right-click within this Slide Master, do Format Background, and over here you got some choices. We're going to go ahead and select Gradient Fill, and you can see you can have some preset ones. I'm going to select these, and hopefully you can see immediately why they are not super good choices unless you're going for like a 1995 vibe. So if you're going for something like that, you want this to feel, oh, like Pulp Fiction perhaps, or maybe in the computer world like Windows 95, then use one of these out of the box preset gradients. They're perfect for that. We're not going to use a preset gradient. We're going to go our own way, if you will. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of a couple of these stops here. Okay, let's just get rid of all the stops. We're going to pull out all the stops. So I'm selecting these little doohickeys here, and you can see we're down to just a start and a stop. Okay, so this is what I'd like to do. We've got this set at radial. Let's go here under direction. Let's just start it at the center right now. So we've got it at the center. My secret, and this is something I've learned from designers over the years, is keep these, first of all, pretty darn similar. So the first thing I'm going to do is make sure that each color is exactly the same color, okay? And that's where a theme comes in handy, because you're locked into, if you have a branded theme, if you're working with a large organization and you need to know those, maybe just contact someone in marketing and say, hey, can I have our corporate identity document? They'll send you something. It usually will have red, RGB, red, green, blue values on it. And then you can actually put in your specific RGBs right here, or if you have a hexadecimal number, and you can get very specific without ever having to guess, okay? But what I want to do on one of these is just slightly slide up or down. I think they call this the hue, if I'm not mistaken. So we're basically taking that exact same color, and we're either adding tint to it or we're reducing that tint. Maybe it's tint, but it's the same color. We're just slightly adding more white to it, or adding more black to it. So it's kind of like you're the happy painter, to be honest. So you can see right there, just a little bit starts to add the gradient feel. And that's kind of what a gradient is. I mean, we don't want it to feel like you're putting an America Online CD into your computer. You want it to be classy, not trashy, okay? So we're going to do that. Maybe I just head down to more colors one more time. Maybe just add a little bit more to it. You know, maybe that's a little too much. So again, it's art, baby. You're kind of adding a little bit of your own sauce to it, and just trying to get it about where you like. Okay, so you might go, okay, that's good as a base for everything. Now the cool thing, like with art, is you could take one of these layouts and adjust it. So let's take this first layout here, and let's go ahead and hit that. I believe if I hover my mouse on it, it'll say your stop. Okay. So let's go ahead and select that, and let's just select one of our other color theme colors here, and let's kind of just see what happens. I mean, we're kind of looking a little bruisey right there. So let's go ahead, select another one like blue here, kind of see what's happening. Not too bad. I mean, quite frankly, that's not too bad. Let's go ahead and I'm going to right click this slide. So if I was an understudy, I would right click the slide and I would hit duplicate layout. Of course, I'm not going to do that because I am kind of like the Francis Ford Coppola of shortcuts. So I'm going to hit Control D, going to duplicate it, and let's just go ahead and select these and let's just mix them up. Let's have this one be the dark blue. Okay. Let's have this one be the light blue. All right. So we're just mixing it up, mixing and matching those and just getting a little bit of a feel. And you might go, you know what? I want that one to be maybe a linear instead, okay? So we're going linear on that one, okay? So if we want to go ahead and just kind of do this for a couple of others, so I'm going to take this basic slide layout. I'm going to hit Control D to duplicate it and go up here, and maybe let's start with our pink color. That's looking kind of cool, liking that. So again, we're going subtle. We're not going to add stark white to another color. It's just not really a super cool, classy, modern way to do it. When it comes back into style, I'll let you know. I'm going to duplicate this one. I'm going to select this, and I'm just saying there's no formula here. I'm going to set this one where the orange goes up to the top. I'm going to duplicate it again, and let's just go up here and let's do the direction and set it where we have the orange to the right. So we're just flip-flopping them. You can see how easy it is when you have morph set and all these things. So let's just go ahead, and I think we've got enough now where we can go ahead and close our slide master. So I'm going up to slide master, going to hit close, and let's just duplicate a couple slides. So on this slide, I'm going to hit Control D a couple times, and I'll just go into, I'm going to right click the thumbnail. I'm going to go to layout. I'm just going to select a couple of these to easily show you how quickly now you've got that ability to adjust your overall gradient styles. Okay. So we've got some things in here. I'm just going to put in the word hello. And yeah, let's just go ahead and put in the word hello here. Hello, you fool. I love you. Come join the joyride. Okay, so we're just doing some things. I'm just messing things up. This is not a contextual deal. Last thing I'm going to do, just if you're doing some gradients like this, what I might do is I'm back in the Slide Master. I'm going to select the bounding boxes of both of these, go up to Home, and hit Drop Shadow just to add a little more pop to it. Okay, so let's just see how this looks in terms of the overall feel. Maybe I'm just going to hit Control B to make this super big. I'm going to hit Control Shift greater than, make this thing crazy big. I'm not going to have the subtitle in here right now, and I'm just going to go ahead and just justify that thing vertically. Incidentally, all of these little things up here, these are part of your quick access toolbar. You can customize it. Got a video for it. If you like, subscribe, smash that notifications button on Presentation Plus-Ups. You'll get all kinds of great tips there. So if you want to work fast and efficient, I'm your Huckleberry if it's PowerPoint. Okay, so here's the deal. We've got the word hello. Watch the word shapeshift plus the gradient. Oof, I like that. I can see we're getting standing ovations right now. Please, please, I'll take the roses. Thank you so much. You're too kind. Too kind. Okay, so let's just go ahead and you can see we can shapeshift. It's like the lights. We've got a full production team working for us with these gradients. So hopefully that's enough for you to give you the idea here is recap this, is adjust those gradients. Do it in your Slide Master. Okay, so that was View, Slide Master, View Master if you're from the days of the 70s, Viewmaster, get it? Yeah, you see Niagara Falls and all that kind of stuff. What I'd like to do, the recap is select the master slide, not these layouts, go up, hit Transition, Morph, Apply All, set it to 1.25. That's your Goldilocks factor. It's not too fast, not too slow. And then go in here and adjust these gradients, right? And remember what we said is with a gradient, you want to right-click, Format Background, go over here, select Gradient Fill, and then just be subtle with your colors first till you get more of that classy, slight gradient. You don't want to have those 1995 looks where you've got white mixed in with that. It's just too harsh. You don't want to harsh or mellow, okay? We want to keep this thing out there so you feel, all right, all right, all right. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. That was today's episode of Morphology. It was about adding some touch by adding gradients, leveraging that power of the morph transition to take things next level, and yes, plus up your presentations. Stay tuned for more episodes coming to you hot and fresh every Thursday as we go along on this world of adventure.